Welcome to our stream, and today we are basically going to do some forex analytics. Basically, we want to see how the market actually goes. Let's see if we can spot some trading opportunities and stuff before we actually proceed with anything. So if you are basically new to this stream, basically don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like this video as well. Now, before we begin, let's give a shout out to our sponsors for the day, which is basically Light Finance. So guys, before we proceed, let's give a big shout out to our today's sponsor, lightfinance.org. Light Finance is one of the best trading platforms out there, boosting over 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, which means that they are highly positive and users have positive view of them. And they offer one of the best and easiest trading platforms out there as well. So basically, when you come over here, you have access to MetaTrader 4 and 5, C-Trader, so forth and so on. And they offer some of the best spread, which is as little as 0.0 spread for some trading pairs, and also has the fastest execution when it comes to trading. On top of that, they offer over 600 trading pair ranging from forex, stock, commodities, cryptos, and so forth and so on. And to top it all up, it's even advisable for non-good traders to actually use, as they offer copy trading, which is a way for you to actually make profit without having to know how to trade. All you basically have to do is simply copy already profitable trade on their platform from other profitable traders, and you can basically be making profit on autopilot. So guys, well, that is it for now. So basically, let's go on with the market analytics itself. So let me just come over to trading view. So here is a position that is already running, and we are not here to look at this position. So we are basically going to do further analytics. So guys, let me just enable my TikTok live as well. I'm currently live both on YouTube and TikTok, so I had to get the settings right. So basically, I'm trying to set up the TikTok as well before we finally kick off to go live, so that nobody gets to miss out, guys. However, if you're interested in using my broker and Propfirm, make sure you actually check the video description. The links are already there for you if you are streaming on YouTube. However, if you're not streaming on YouTube, you just have to check the link in my bio, guys. Use them to support this channel as well. So guys, now we are currently live everywhere, both on YouTube and on TikTok. So we can basically go on with our analytics. So in order to do this, let's just basically look at the market first. First of all, let's look at GBP USD. So in order to analyze GBP USD, we need to first of all take a look at the market movement on the higher time frame. Now, when I say on the higher time frame, I'm basically referring to the 4-hour time frame first. That's why I would like to see how the market is moving in recent time. Okay. So I'm looking at GBP USD on the 4-hour time frame. We all can see that the market actually made a break to the downside right here. So at this section here, there was a break to the downside. So here was a break to the downside right here. So here was the break to the downside. Here is it right here, known as the market shift. Now, however, looking at the current market movement, the market is currently sitting at an area of resistance. You can see it clearly here. So this is an area of resistance on a 4-hour time frame, which makes it look like a very good opportunity to trade. So if you are someone who is trading support and resistance, this could be a good place to actually go into the market. Like basically, you just go for a sell position right at where the market is right now. So you can get a supply level right here that is still unmitigated. So if you are someone who trades, maybe you trade support and resistance, this could be an opportunity for you. However, based on our trading strategy, we don't have a setup here currently because we are trading supply and demand and not support and resistance. So nonetheless, if you are a support and resistance trader, well, you have an opportunity right here. Now let me just drop over to GBP JPY. So we are basically looking for a market that will actually give us a trading opportunity. Now looking at GBP JPY here, we can see clearly that the market is in an uptrend. So if you look at it carefully, you can see that we are in a very solid uptrend on the 4-hour time frame. We have this shift here, and then we have this. Let me just tag it up for you all to see. Now we have this breakout structure right here. So this showed that we have a good uptrend. So since we have a good uptrend and we are trading supply and demand, the next thing we need to do is simply go look for our trading opportunities. Maybe we look for demand areas. Since the market is on an uptrend, we basically look for demand areas because we will be trying to make buy positions instead of sales. Because when the market is in an uptrend, it's always advisable you look for the sell side, the buy side, instead of trying to sell the market down. So basically, once we are here, hey you guys, thank you all for joining the live stream. Don't forget to follow and also drop a comment as well. So now that aside, now basically once we have it set up like this, the next thing I do is basically I come over to the 30-minute time frame. Remember, on the 4-hour time frame, I try to identify my market shift, which is also known as change of character, and at the same time I try to identify my breakout structure, which shows that the market is actually moving to that particular direction. Now once I have all these two in place, I know that I'm in a good position to actually take up this trade. So without wasting much time, I'll go over to the 30 minutes time frame. Now the 30 minutes time frame, what I basically do is simply I try identifying key levels. Now this could be supply levels if the market is in an uptrend, if the market is in a downtrend, or demand levels if the market is in an uptrend. Now, however, there's a restriction to where I'm actually going to identify these levels. I don't go way too back. I try looking at the current market movement because that is what actually defines what the market is willing to do. So looking at this area right now, this is the only qualified demand level, I would say. Based on my entry model, this is the only demand level that is qualified. However, we all can see that the market has actually violated this one. So that basically means there's no trading opportunity in GBP JPY as well. So we're just going to close it off and then look at a different market. Now guys, as a trader out there, once you look at a market and then realize that there's no trading opportunity for you, it's not advisable to try forcing a trading opportunity. The best thing you could basically do is simply just step out of the market and then go look for a different market that will give you a trading opportunity. Because any attempt to force the market to give you an opportunity basically means that you are just risking for no reason. So now basically, let me just head back in and then take a look at other pairs that are available to trade. So here we have CAD JPY. Now for CAD JPY here, on the 4-hour time frame, it looks more bullish. However, there has been a momentum actually pushing it down. Now for this reason, we could look for possible sell setups in the market. Musa, good day to you as well. So basically, now I'm going to look for. So over here, we can see that on the 4-hour time frame, we are in a consistent uptrend. You can get your trend line. For those of you who draw trend line, you can see that we are in a consistent uptrend. Now we have the first touch here, second touch here, third touch here. Now this means that we are in a consistent uptrend. So for this reason, we could be looking forward to buy on the 4-hour time frame. However, going down to the 30-minute time frame, we can see that the market is making a surge to the downside as well. So basically, let me just look forward down here. Okay. Now you're looking at it here, you can see that there's no clear opportunity for you to actually take any trade here on the 30-minute time frame when it comes to buying it. Now, however, we can see that the market is making a shift to the downside gradually. So here we had a very solid market shift where the market swept at the last low it created before it actually continued back. So here we have a market shift. Now, for those of you who don't know, market shift and change of characters are basically the same things. Now the next thing we look for here is simply we look for our demand level. Now when it comes to looking for my supply levels in this sort of market, there are so many criteria I look out for. Rule number one is basically I make sure there's a high momentum away from the level. What I mean by high momentum is basically the market got there and then the market quickly pushed away from there. Not a situation whereby the market comes to that particular level and they try to sit at that level and they just be fluctuating around. Then no, you need a clear movement to actually come to an agreement with the market that okay, there is a clear position in here. The market came here, and then the market did not go anywhere. The market just stood there, and they actually give you a trading opportunity. Now, this is exactly what we are actually looking for as well. So for this particular reason, here is an area of momentum when we are looking for a supply, because we are trying to sell CAD JPY. And looking at this market here, we can see that there has been a very strong momentum to the downside within this level here. You can see it right here. Now, for those of you, the blue candles on my chart are basically the bullish candles, and then the gray ones are the bearish candles. So basically, since we are looking for a supply level, the blue candle is what we are actually going to consider in this situation. So since there's a momentum from here, the next thing we look for is basically, is there a supply level being printed by the market? Now, looking at this market right now, we can see clearly that what at this area here, let me mark it out. At this area here, the market actually printed a supply level. You can see this was a very clean supply level. And why is it a very clean one? Rule number one, when we come to identifying our levels, simply states that what, make sure that there is a clear momentum away from the level you are trying to trade from. And looking at this position, we can see clearly that what, there has been a clear momentum away from this position. Now, for this particular reason, all we need to do right now is basically mark that level. Now, after confirming that there's a momentum away from your level, you don't just jump in and then mark it immediately. There's still something you need to do. Now, in this situation, the thing that is left for you to do is basically ask yourself, is there a clear level? Like basically, is there a candle that could actually qualify your level? Because after clear momentum, the next thing we look at for is basically making sure that what the candle that qualifies our level is not bigger than the directional candle. Now, for those of you who don't know what I mean by the directional candles, here is basically what it is. The directional candle is simply the direction we want to trade to. So in this position, we have a supply level. So if we have a supply level, meaning that what, we want to trade to the downside, meaning we want to sell. And if we are willing to sell, that basically means that what, we should be looking for more bearish candles pointing to the downside from the area we got in. Now, in this situation, basically, so in this situation, basically what we are going to do right now is just to look at it from here. Now, here is the level. Now, for those of you who are wondering what actually qualified our level, here is the area that qualified our level. This last bullish candle here before this bearish momentum. So when you identify your supply level, for me, I actually trade the one candle supply system. Now, this one candle simply means that what, we are using the last bullish candle to actually identify if we should take a trade or not. And in this situation, the last bullish candle here actually qualifies the position. So all we need to do is simply take it. So now here is our supply level. We have it available. Next thing, we look for liquidity level. Now for the liquidity level here, we look for another supply level that is kindly close to this particular level we want to trade from. So in this situation, so guys, I'm coming. There are some people who join my live that actually want to get off it. So now let me just get a liquidity level right here. So here's a liquidity level. Now this is it right here. I'm just going to mark it out. Now I'll just mark it out with dollar sign. I'll have the liquidity level also looking at us directly in front of us. The next thing, simply we'll get our entry model here. So basically, my entry is basically, I'm waiting for this market to trade back to this particular level where I mark the supply. Then we are going to get a sell from there, provided that the market doesn't break the level. And if we take the sell, we are looking at this last low the market created. So basically, what we are waiting for in this market right now is simply we wait for this market to pull back here. Once it gets here, without breaking the level, we want it to print a drop. So we want it to print a bearish candle facing downwards. Now once it print that bearish candle, we are actually going to go in. So basically we have our first setup here, which is GBP CAD JPY. Now basically for CAD JPY, all we are waiting for right now is for the market to trade upward. So guys, if you are watching this video on YouTube or you are following us on TikTok, here is basically my trading model. When I'm trading, I look for a clear opportunity that is very vivid, and I can see that, okay, this is very clear, this is where I want to trade from. So I had to patiently wait for the market to come into it. I don't rush my positions, and this is the reason why I keep getting good trading opportunities, and most people just keep burning their account. So if you are looking for a good trading opportunity, you need to be patient. Now in this situation, once we have this level here, the next thing we need to do is simply patiently wait for the market to move back to this level before we actually take our trade. So basically for here, now I'm waiting for this market to pull back. Once the market comes, now for those of you watching over there, now here's your setup for CAD JPY. Your entry is at, so when you are entering, please don't enter anywhere below. Once the market falls below 106.94, okay, let me just give 106.900, don't go in again. We are talking of CAD JPY. So once the market goes below 106.900, don't go in again. Now your stop loss should be at 107.162. Now basically this is the entry for CAD JPY. Now for those of you watching on TikTok, let me just minimize it for you to actually see it clearly. I guess I can just move it close for you to see. So basically you enter at 106.900. That's after the market gets to the level at the top and it gives a bearish push down, and then your stop loss comes at 107.162. As for your take profit, we basically sit back and then wait for the market to trade as low as 105.650. Now that is basically where we are going to get our take profit from. Now this is the first one here, is basically GBP CAD. Now you can just take a look at it right here. I mean CAD JPY, you can actually look at it right here. It's this simple and straightforward. Now next up is basically, let's look at USD JPY as well. Now in most cases USD JPY and then CAD JPY are likely to have some similar movement, but then we just have to look at it to confirm, because we can't actually tell upfront in this situation. So for that reason, we just have to confirm it ourselves manually. So looking at USD JPY is basically the same as CAD JPY, so I'm just going to skip this one. So I don't like trading two similar markets at the same time. So looking at this one here, we can see that what is basically the same as the CAD JPY that we analyzed earlier on. So I'm just going to skip it. Now let me move over to the next market here, UK 100. Now for UK 100, I already did a setup on it earlier today, so let me just explain the setup to you guys. So here is it for UK 100. Now for those of you who are trading indices, or let me say index fund, here is my setup for UK 100. Basically what we need to do is simply, we need to wait for the market to trade up to this level at the top here. We want the market to trade up to 8,828.3. Now once the market comes there, we basically wait for it to print a bearish candle pointing to the downside. Now once you give us this bearish candle, and then we're basically going to take our entry. Now this entry should be at 8,823. So basically on UK 100, we want to enter at 8,823.8, and then our stop loss should be at 8,841.9. So guys, for index funds, we all know that what it doesn't look the same for everybody. Now your broker might change the figures, or wherever platform you are trading with, their figures for these index funds might be different. However, just take a look at the level here. So basically whatever thing you are doing, you go over to your brokerage or your prop firm that you are trading with, and then you basically look at the last bullish candle that you created at this top here before the bearish momentum came in. Now basically look at that particular candle and then mark it as your entry level, because I'm showing you this because I know that your broker might be different. That's why I always recommend you use Light Finance broker. Light Finance is one of the best trading brokers out there, and if you are looking for a prop firm as well, Blueberry Funded is one of the best. Now I personally use this programs that I'm referring to you. I'm trading a live account with Light Finance, and at the same time I've received payout from Blueberry Funded multiple times, so you can go check them within my YouTube channel, where I actually show you where I'm receiving the payout from my prop firm. Now With this said, this is basically our next signal here is basically on UK 100. We wait for the market to trade upward, and then we'll get in at 8,823.8 according to capital.com, and then our stop loss at 8,841.9, and then our take profit at 8,720.7. Now that is our entry model for UK 100. Now for those of you who are watching outside TikTok, I know you are getting a better view of it. Now basically, next up is basically, let's take a look at another index here, which is German 100. Now looking at it on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so over here, since I already had the setup that has been pending for days, and I'm just going to leave this market. It looked quite noisy, and I don't really like markets when they are too noisy. So let me come over to a different market here. So basically, let's take a look at Dow Jones. Now let me just refresh. Now we can see clearly that our Dow Jones is sitting at an area of resistance. We can see it clearly here. It just rejected off the level again. So this could be a big sign that Dow Jones is ready for a bearish momentum, for the fact that it's back to a 4-hour resistance level and then it rejected off immediately. So for this reason, let's drop to the 30-minute time frame and see what happens here. Now on the 30-minute time frame, the market seems to be in an uptrend, and as I always say, don't challenge the market direction. If it's an uptrend, then basically look forward to buy it. Now looking at it on the 30-minute time frame, we can see that the market made a market shift from here. We can see the shift from here actually. The market shift from here. For those of you who don't know, market shift is the same as change of character. Now once we had the market shift from here, we can see that there was a very strong momentum to actually push the market upward from here to the upside. So for that reason, here becomes our area of entry. So we can look forward to buy Dow Jones from this level here. So we'll wait for it to pull back to this level, and then we are actually going to get a buy like this. Very simple. Now here becomes our liquidity level right here. Now guys, if you want to learn my trading strategy, just let me know that in the comment section, and I'm going to reply your comment with a video putting you through the trading strategy. And if you are looking forward to use my recommended broker and Propfirm as well, make sure you check this video description. It is right there, guys. So let me just get this up here. So here's our entry on Dow Jones. Now the market's at an area of resistance doesn't mean I'm going to sell it, because anything can happen right there, unless the market gives me a decent push to the downside and then give me a convincing reason before I will look for a sell opportunity. Now if I'm trying to look for a sell opportunity, I'm also going to go live later in the day, so I'll just be hoping for the market to actually give me a good movement. So guys, thanks for following this profile. And for those of you who are joining on YouTube and TikTok, big shout out to you all, and don't forget to share it so that your friends don't get to miss out as well. It's better when we all make money together, and I'm here giving you that money for 100% free by showing you how you can actually make it. Now basically, so here's our entry for Dow Jones, which is also US 30. So basically our entry is at 42,162. So basically our entry for Dow Jones is at 42,162.25, and our stop loss is at 41,935.46, and our take profit is basically targeting the next resistance level, which is at 42,982. So basically that's our entry details for Dow Jones, which is also known as the which is also known as the US 30 or DJ 30 on some brokers or prop firms. Now guys, next up is basically, let's take a look at Euro AUD. And these are basically all the trading pairs the market that I personally trade. Now you can see Euro AUD. I had a setup, but the market did not confirm the setup, so I didn't even take the position. And the market has broken and gone already. So let me just clear my chart. Then we'll do a clear analytics again. Now basically, let's take a look at it. Coming over to the 4-hour time frame to see what the market is doing in recent time. Okay, the 4-hour time frame really looks to be promising. Now the 4-hour time frame, we had a break of structure right here to the upside. Now since we have the last break of structure to the upside, it basically means that we are only interested in buying this market, even though it might give some selling reasons, but then for the sake of this break of structure to the upside, we are more conscious about looking for a buying opportunity. So let me just mark it right here, BOS on the 4-hour time frame. Now next up is basically we come down to the 30-minute time frame to see the new movement so far. Now the 30-minute time frame, we clearly have what we call a demand here. Now this is a very easy demand, everyone can spot it right here, guys. In case you want to know my trading strategy, just let me know that in the comment section. I'm actually watching the comment at the same time while doing this stream. Fidelis, good day to you as well, guys. Good day to you all for actually dropping those comments. So if you're interested in joining my VIP community as well, I'm actually giving 2 months for 100% free right now. All you need to do is simply basically let me know that in the comment section that you are interested. Just type interested. I'm actually using something to hold the camera, so okay, I believe it's better off like this now. For those of you who are asking to adjust the camera. Thanks MK for joining, guys, and thanks for your suggestion about adjusting the camera. I'm actually doing a double live stream right now, so I'm streaming on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok at the same time, but they don't want to give me the chance to actually use the screen recording option. That's why I'm streaming from the phone. So guys, here we have our entry on Euro Australian dollar. So we are basically waiting for this market to finally crash down here. So we are waiting for the market to crash down to this level on Euro AUD, which is Euro Australian dollar. We wait for a crash here, and then we have our stop loss right here, and then we adjust this entry. So for Euro AUD, we are looking forward to get in after the market come to test our demand level, and then once it tests the demand level is basically at 1.77489. Now once it tests the demand level, we will expect a bullish close to pop up at least 1.77589. Now once it gives us that bullish close on the 30-minute time frame, we basically go in there, set our stop loss at 1.77216. Now once we have the stop loss right there, we have our take profit at way up, which is a 1:6 risk to reward at 1.79917, guys. Now once we have all of this marked out, so now we are just waiting for the market to actually trade into our level. Now looking at Euro AUD as well, if you look at the 30-minute time frame, we can see that the market is also giving some downward momentum. From here we can see the market made a change to the downside from here as well. Now this could be another reason why you might be considering a sell position as well. So in this sort of market, what I basically do is simply I watch out for both sides, because we can see that we have a buy setup here and we also have a sell here, and there's a room for both sides to actually play out considering where the market has positioned itself. So looking at this market right now, we might wait for this market to trade to this level, then we'll buy it up here. Now once we get up here and it gives us a sell confirmation, we might also sell it as well, and vice versa. So if you came to the top first, we are going to sell it downward, and if it comes to the downside, we are going to buy it, because that is basically what the market is showing right now. It's giving mixed signals, and when I see mixed signals, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'll trade both sides, mostly when the market has actually printed the required confirmation to actually do both. Okay, MK, no problem. Even if I'm down, once you get home, just hit me up on WhatsApp and we are going to come live together again, bro. I'm here with you. Now next up is GBP AUD. Now here I already have a trade running, so we are not going to waste our time analyzing this already. And I'm not there's an opportunity to enter when the market comes back at the top, but I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want the market to reverse against me. So basically, let's keep GBP AUD. Now let's look at Japan 225. Now Japan 225 is a very crazy index and it's very slow during the daytime. It only has momentum at night. So for that reason, I'm just going to say let's keep it. We've already gotten some good trade setups already, and I'll be doing a recap to show you all the setups we did together. Now looking at GBP chef as well, based on my trading strategy, I can't actually see any reason to take a position right here. Next up, let me look at Euro USD. So guys, once I look at the market, I know if there's a trading opportunity for me or not. And since I'm looking for my entries on the 30-minute time frame, once I look through the whole market and I see that there's no clear positions to go in on the 30-minute time frame, I know that I have no business with the market. So Euro USD also is not printing any reasonable position to go in. Now let's take a look at GBP card. Now GBP card is on a serious upward rally as well, so I'm not going to waste my time on this. So now let us go back on all of the setups we've actually made together, guys. Now here's GBP USD is currently trading at a resistant level, so I basically skipped it because I was expecting this break, so I didn't even bother looking at it twice. Now GBP JPY also did not give us any reasonable position to enter on the 30-minute time frame, so I also skipped that. As you can see, there was no reasonable place to go in on the 30-minute time frame. Now next up is basically CAD JPY. That's where we had our first setup. Now CAD JPY, we are looking forward to sell when the market trades back to this very top here at 107.002, and then we wait for a confirmation to close. So once it gives us a bearish confirmation, that drops to 106.09, then we're basically going to go in and then keep our stop loss at 107.200, and then our stop loss comes at 105.650. Now I skipped USD JPY because it's almost the setup to it the same as a Canadian dollar as well, so I just skipped it. And next up is basically we are talking of the UK 100, which is one of my favorite index funds. And looking at UK 100, we clearly have a setup here. So we are waiting for this market to trade to 8,827. Once the market comes over here, we wait for a bearish close that might close around 8,823. Now as the market closes up to this level here, we basically go in for a sell immediately with our stop loss sitting at 8,841.9, and then I'll take profit at 8,720.7. Now for UK 100 and most of these pairs, the figures might be different depending on the broker you are actually using or the Propfirm you are actually using. And for this particular reason, I always advise that you don't look at the figures I'm giving to you over here, but basically focus on the level that I actually mark. So basically focus more on the level in some of this market, mostly for the index. Focus more on the level. Now the level I use here is simply the last bullish candle at the top before the downward momentum came in. Now look for this particular bullish candle in your chart before the bearish momentum came in. Look for it and then mark it, because the figures might be different at your own brokerage, but then the candles will remain the same, guys. So basically go with this method. Now Gemma 40, we didn't actually look for an opportunity there. Our next setup was on Dow Jones, where we're actually waiting for the market to crash to 42,162.25. Then we'll go in and then keep our stop loss at 41,935.46. And then to follow it all up, we have the next up here was basically Euro AUD. So basically, let me just tag the market where we have set up. I like tagging my market with a flag to know that those are the markets where I have setups. This way, I don't have to spend my time going through chart to chart, but I basically know where to go in. So Euro AUD, I had a setup right here. I'm going to flag it, and then I'm also going to flag US 30 as well. So guys, basically, now here are the other setups we have. We have a setup here on Canadian dollar, we have a setup on UK 100, we have a setup on US 30, we have a setup on Euro AUD, a buy and sell setup to be precise. We have an opportunity to buy if the market comes down here, and then an opportunity to sell if the market comes up here. And GBP AUD, I already have my position running. So guys, those are all the setups we were able to spot today, guys. For now, those are all the setups. And if I cite any trading opportunity later in the day, I'm actually going to let you all know. Okay, so if you want to learn my trading strategy, who is that? Fidelis Okezi. Say you want to learn my trading strategy. Now let me just pop over to my streaming platform. If I can reply your comment directly from there. Let me come over here. Okay, your comment isn't showing up here, so let me come over to YouTube. Now, if you want to learn my trading strategy, I actually have a one-on-one mentorship that you might be interested in, or in case you don't have what it takes to pay for the one-on-one mentorship as well, there's totally no problem. I have a YouTube video that is actually created out here. Now let me come over to YouTube. Now I'll come over to my YouTube channel, and then let me share with you a link to that particular video. Now let me come over to videos. Come over to playlist, I mean to say. Now here is basically a full playlist that contains every single thing you need to know about my trading strategy. Let me share it with you. Supply and demand is one of the most easiest trading strategy out there to understand, and it's actually my favorite strategy, and I've been trading it for a long time. Now let me just reply or comment with it so you can go watch it and then probably learn from there. So is there an option to reply comments? Oh no, I can't reply your comments. So let me just drop the link to my trading strategy playlist here, guys. That is a link to my trading strategy playlist. So you can basically go check it out. Okay, so my mentorship is basically 200 US dollar for not for an unlimited mentorship. Like basically I get to hold your hand throughout the whole process and then make sure that what you are good at what you are doing before I actually let you go. It's basically 200 US dollar. That is basically it. And with that one, we get to do market analytics together and every single thing. So in case you are interested and you want to contact me, also just check the video description. You are going to just check the description of this live stream. You are going to get a link to my Instagram, my TikTok, or my Twitter handle. So you can basically contact me from either of those places. So that is basically it. I'm just giving at a discount price so you can get to learn all of this without having to stress yourself, guys. So thank you all for sticking with me, guys. I'm still going to stay here, and if you have any question related to forex trading, you can basically be asking me down in the comment section. So basically, I'm here for you all, guys. So I'm just so in case you have any question related to trading, you can be dropping them down in the comment. I'm right here with you, and I'll be waiting forward to answer all of your questions, guys. Let me just get back on the chat. So you can be dropping your comments. So guys, I'm currently looking out for all your comments regarding whatever issue you are having with trading, so I can actually help you reply some of the comments before we actually quit. And we'll be going live again later in the evening where we'll be doing more of a question and answer session where I'm going to answer a lot of your trading questions. So for now, let's just hold on. We still have some few more minutes before the live actually ends, so you can drop all the questions you have regarding to trading. So guys, for the meantime, those of you streaming on YouTube, I'm going to give you a little ad, man, because we actually have a sponsor for our channel, so we have to give you the sponsor a shout out. Now for those of you who are on TikTok as well, if you are looking for the best broker to trade with, all you need to do is basically head over to my come over to my TikTok profile, and then you are going to see a link to my bio. Now the link there is basically my recommended broker that I always advise that you guys use. I'm trading with lightfinance.com. They are actually our official brand ambassadors. Like basically they are the sponsors of this YouTube channel as well. So guys, before we proceed, let's give a big shout out to our today's sponsor, lightfinance.org. Light Finance is one of the best trading platforms out there, boosting over 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, which means that what they are highly positive and users have positive view of them. And they offer one of the best and easiest trading platforms out there as well. So basically, when you come over here, you have access to MetaTrader 4 and 5, C-Trader, so forth and so on. And they offer some of the best spread, which is as little as 0.0 spread for some trading pairs, and also has the fastest execution when it comes to trading. On top of that, they offer over 600 trading pair ranging from forex, stock, commodities, cryptos, and so forth and so on. And to top it all up, it's even advisable for non-good traders to actually use, as they offer copy trading, which is a way for you to actually make profit without having to know how to trade. All you basically have to do is simply copy already profitable trade on their platform from other profitable traders, and you can basically be making profit on autopilot. So when it comes to calculating lot size, it's basically easy. If you are trading on MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5, okay, so here's how I calculate my lot size. Now, I don't have, okay, I'm actually live streaming with my trading phone, guys. So in order to calculate your lot size, once you go over to your MetaTrader, basically use the limit orders option to take your trade. Maybe you want to take a trade, use the option that says set a limit order. Now you basically use that particular option to set in your lot size and everything. So I'm currently on TikTok live streaming with that particular phone that I use. If not, I would have been able to show you an example of it. But nonetheless, you can actually join my Telegram community. The link is there in the video description. Join the Telegram community and drop that question, and I'm going to reply to you right there. So I'm going to reply to you right there on how you can actually calculate lot size. So basically for me, I don't do manual lot size calculations. I basically use my MetaTrader 4 or 5 limit order method, and then I use it. I just set in how much the lot size down, the lots. I just put in a random lot size, and then I set my stop loss, set my take profit. Now once I do it like that, I'm not going to take the trade. I'll just look at it there to give me how much I'm going to lose and how much I'm going to make. From there, I try adjusting every single thing manually to fit in, guys. That's how I basically do it. I'm doing the stream on my laptop, so I won't be able to actually show you how you can do it yourself. So guys, is there any more questions? So basically, let me just stay on for the next 10 minutes. If there are no questions, then we can basically call it a quit, and then we'll go live again later in the evening where we'll do more of a complete question and answer session about forex trading. Because on this channel, all we basically do is simply forex trading, nothing else, nothing much, guys. So now I'm just going to focus on my, so this is a trade that I have that is already running. So basically I'm just going to keep the phone on it. So this is a trade that is already running. We can just be watching it together, guys. So I'm still waiting out for more questions. In case you have more questions, you can just be dropping them. I'm actually following up with all your questions. You are welcome, Fidelis. You are welcome. And thanks for joining our live. I see that you stayed from beginning to the very end. Okay, Shores. So Shores, you can basically join my Telegram community. So let me just drop that. Let me just go over to Telegram and I get you guys a link to join my Telegram community. So you can join my public community where I also drop trading signals and also other information related to trading. Let me just go over there. And I give you guys a link to join so that you'll be able to answer any question you have regarding to trading. I just drop them in there as well. So here's the Telegram community. Let me just get a link for you guys. So let me just drop the link in the comment section so you all will be able to join directly from there. So guys, that is a link to my Telegram community. You can just click on it and then it will take you straight to the Telegram where you can actually join, guys. And thank you all for actually being part of the stream and staying with us to this very point. So I'm still watching out for more comments, guys. If you are new to this stream, we are already done analyzing the market. You can basically take it back in time and then look at the analytics that we've made already. Okay, I've dropped a link to my public Telegram community, which is a Telegram channel that I actually have. You can basically join there and then just go to my recent post and then just click on leave a comment there and you'll be able to join the community which is the open group as well that you can discuss. Just take a look at the link I drop here. So you can use that link to actually join the Telegram community, guys. So guys, I'm still looking out for your comment. On TikTok, it's like none of you guys are actually dropping comments. So Nana BFX, thanks for joining us. This Nana BS, and then Kasha 9, thanks for joining us, guys. Really appreciate you guys being part of the community and being part of the stream. So guys, we basically stream every day, and at times we stream up to 2 times in a single day. So make sure you stick around. Everything here is all about forex trading, where I get to give you the best of every single thing I can actually give out for 100% free, guys. So in case you're looking for a great broker to use, for those of you on Telegram, all you need to do to actually use my broker is simply let me just show you easily. Let me just mute my phone volume first. Now you come over to TikTok. You all guys are already on TikTok, so you just go over to my profile. So once you come over to my profile, all you basically need to do is simply, you can see this section here which says best broker. You can see it right there on my screen, which says best forex broker. Now you just click on it to give you 2 options. Now the options, one of them is a link to my YouTube channel, and then one of them is a link to the broker. Now you basically click on that link, sign up for my recommended broker, and guys, we are basically going to go. So just sign up for that broker, one of the best brokers out there you can actually use. Now, before I came over to this broker, I've used 3 different brokers before I finally arrive here. And I would say since arriving here, this has been one of the best decisions I've actually made. Now, when it comes over to trading, using the right broker is very important as much as having the right trading strategy. Because you might have the right trading strategy and some brokers might end up frustrating your whole life. Okay, that's my Telegram link already there. You can see the Telegram link right in the comment section. You can join the public Telegram community right there, guys. And in case you want to contact me directly, meaning you want to DM me directly, in case you have something personal to discuss with me as well, let me just give you my profile link. So let me give you a link to my profile as well. In this way, you'll be able to contact me directly. Let me just copy the link. Copy link. Now this is my direct personal Telegram profile. Let me just paste it here as well. No. In my trading strategy, I don't make use of fair value gaps. There's nothing like fair value gaps in my trading strategy. All I basically look out for is supply and demand, and supply or demand levels. I look for break of structures, market shift, and then I follow up with probably looking for a liquidity level. That is basically all. Nothing like supply and demand. I mean, nothing like fair value gaps in my trading strategy. Jason, Jason, I can't actually pronounce that name properly. Jason, Abi Jason. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for joining the live. And in case you are coming in late, if you are on TikTok, I'm not sure you'll be able to go backwards on the stream actually. So all you need to do is basically head over to my YouTube channel. Just head over to my YouTube channel at Perez Trades. And then at the end of the stream, you basically come over to the live session and you can be able to access the live here and then go back in time and actually see the setups I've actually dropped. So basically on TikTok here, you can't go back. So just go over to my YouTube channel and do that. Now here's the channel name again. Let me show you one more time. Perez Trades, guys. You can basically come over here. And for those of you who want to contact me directly, you don't have to stress yourself looking for a way to contact me as well. You can either DM me on TikTok here or basically head over to my IG. And here's my IG handle, guys. You can see the name there at GodTheMayor1, and then the name there is Perez Trade. That's my personal IG handle. You can actually hit me up right there, guys. And for those of you who are just joining on YouTube right now, all you need to do is simply just go back in time and you'll be able to catch up with every single thing that we've done. Just scroll backwards and you'll be able to catch up, guys. So I'm just waiting for this stream to actually hit 1 hour. Once we hit 1 hour successfully, then we are basically going to close the stream. And we are currently in about 50 something minutes already. So let's just wait for it to hit 1 hour mark. Then we can basically hang up and then look for something else to face for the day before we come back live later in the evening. So whilst we are still here, let me just be showing you some of the setups we made previously. Let me just leave the camera a little bit for those on TikTok. And then here are the setups we did. CAD JPY, we had the setup, and we are planning to take a sell position here when the market comes back to that particular level. UK 100, we are looking for a sell position as well when the market comes back to that particular level at the top there. And then US 30, we have a buy position, which is Dow Jones. We have a buy position that we're actually waiting for the market to come to. And then Euro AUD as well, we have a buy and sell position, a mashup here. However, I'm more confidential about the buy over the sell, but nonetheless, I'm going to take either of them that the market actually respect first. Next up is basically GBP AUD. Now for this one, I'm already riding it by the time I was doing the stream, guys. So those are just the setups we actually have for the day. Okay, so let me just do it a vertical one on TikTok for now. So once we watch that trade actually play out. Okay, so we have 9 more minutes to actually end the stream. The next 9 minutes we'll actually be done with the stream, guys. Just 9 minutes more to go and we'll be done with it. So basically we are going to stream for just an hour. Then after that, we'll come back later in the evening when the market is already moving. Kwesi, thanks for joining the live stream, guy. Kwesi Sunday. Anyways, today is Monday, bro. And for those on YouTube as well, thank you all for actually joining. See? Okay, so I'm reading a comment from my YouTube channel. So let me just show you guys on TikTok as well, so you'll be able to see the comment that I'm actually reading as well. Kind of far away. The laptop is kind of far away, so you might not see it clearly. Now let me read it from my phone. See? Most of the times I take trade on demand order block. I get stop at, and also sometimes market does not respect my order block but retraces from fair value or breaker blocks. So guys, here's the thing. It's not every order block or every demand level or every supply level is actually a real level to trade from. There are criteria you look out for before you trade from any of those levels. So basically, I cover all of those criteria. Like for me, when I'm taking my trades, I do identify multiple levels. However, there are things I look out for before I take those levels. Like for example, if I should show you my setup on US CAD JPY. Now take a look at this setup here. You can see I had a supply level right at the top here. You can see I had a supply level here. And at the same time, I have another supply level here. But the difference here is that what the supply level at the top is the actual supply level. And this one in front here is mainly probably going to be just a mere liquidity level where a lot of beginners who don't understand supply and demand are going to get kicked out of the market. So for this particular reason, not every level actually worth trading. There are criteria that shows that, okay, you should trade from this level, you shouldn't trade from this level. So before you take any trade, make sure you look out for these criteria in the market. They are very important before you take any trade. So guys, I'm actually still holding on, and then looking at your comments, we still have about 7 minutes to go before the stream actually ends, guys. Who is that? Holaniv, thanks for joining. Parisom, thanks for joining as well. Thank you all for actually joining the stream. We hope to have more of this together, guys. So I'm still looking out for your questions, guys. I'm still right here, hoping out and then looking out for your questions that are actually coming. So basically, let's just go over there. So in case there are more questions, I actually need to take my time and then answer all of them before the stream actually ends. So 6 more minutes to go for the stream to actually end, guys. So for those of you on YouTube, let me just give you guys a timer for the stream. So I'm still looking at if there are any new comments, guys. You can keep your comments coming, and I'm actually here to answer all of them. So keep your comments coming. I'm here. We have 5 more minutes to actually end the stream. 5 more minutes to go, guys. Five more. 5 more. So guys, okay. How do I spot art inducement? So guy, I'm sure I don't actually look at all those complicated terms, inducement, this that. I actually don't like, basically those things have no business with my trading system. So honestly speaking, I don't actually know what exactly an inducement actually means when it comes to trading setup. So yeah, I can answer that question. Like for me, I basically learned a basic strategy which supply and demand mixed with the liquidity. And apart from those three terms, I actually don't know any other term when it comes to this trading system, guy. So inducement, I've been hearing a lot of people doing that, but I can't actually give you a direct answer to it. So I won't be able to tell you how you can actually spot it. So guys, one thing I will tell you to do if you're a new trading trader actually getting started is that one thing I learned that I'm really grateful that I learned is that I was able to avoid the complication of all of these complicated terms and focus on something really basic and straightforward, because in a simple setup you are looking for supply and demand, you are looking for order block, you are looking for support and resistance, you are looking for inducement, you are looking for liquidity level. At the end of the day, by the time you're done looking for all of these things in a simple market, guy, you might be already done with, like, basically the market might already cooked you already. So I would advise you just stay away from looking for all these complicated terms and just learn something really basic and stick to it, guy. It makes trading easier. Trading should be something easy and not something that makes you crack your brain from morning to night, guy. So guys, the bundle slay, thanks for joining. Top Taff, thanks for joining us all. And Camera Godal, thanks for joining. I really appreciate you all joining this live stream, guys. So we have 1 minute 30 seconds to go, guys. 1 minute 30 seconds to go. You say, bro, please look at the comment. Yeah, I'm looking at your comment. I've answered all your comments already. How do I spot art inducement? I've actually answered it. I told you I don't know anything about inducement. I'm looking at your comment, guy. I'm seeing the comment. So basically, I have no idea about that thing called inducement. I've seen a lot of people talk about it, but I don't really pay attention to it because I didn't want to complicate my trading system. I'm seeing all of the comments. Even my people on TikTok are actually seeing them live as well. So any more comments? So guys, we're about ending this stream, guys. Thank you all for actually sticking around. And hello guys, I'm really grateful for you all being here. We've actually hit the 1 hour mark for the stream. So I'm going to actually hang it up here. Thanks guys for actually being part of the journey. And thank you all for your likes, your comments, and all your engagement, guys. So we'll see you again later in the evening. So we're actually going to come back here later in the evening, guys. Let me just hang up the stream for